The few soldiers that somehow survived the torrent of magic were left absolutely shell-shocked. In the days that followed, these soldiers could not even dress or feed themselves without assistance after what they just saw. So let's be honest here. Did the Scarlet Crusade members kill themselves in this battle? I mean, yes, but when they ultimately kill all of their enemies in a 20-to-1 battle, you know, I think those losses are acceptable.
I'm not afraid.
Such a powerful weapon caught the attention of the Kirintor mages from Dalaran, specifically the mage named Isserin, who made it his duty to secure the staff. He tried to track down the weapon to make sure it didn't fall into the wrong hands, but each time Light's Wrath killed its wielder, it didn't take long for another crazed zealot to yoink the staff and try and wield it for themselves. All across the Plague Lands, there were blown-out craters of holy destruction from every attempt at wielding Light's Wrath. And it wasn't just used against undead either.
It's too far away.
No one expects the Scarlet Inquisition!
Crusaders attempted to use the staff to, purify innocent townspeople who the Scarlet Crusade thought were unclean. And of course, everyone died in the process.
It's too far away.
Probably the most infamous wielder of the artifact was a sadistic man named Inquisitor Halban. Within the dark recesses of the Scarlet Monastery's dungeons, Halban used the staff to torture Forsaken prisoners. The Inquisitor inflicted whatever pain was necessary to extract information from his prisoners. But the more he tormented the Forsaken, the more he learned to loathe every fiber in their rotten being. No longer was Halban torturing Forsaken for information. Now, he was doing it just out of sick, sadistic pleasure. One night during an intense torture session, his hatred for the undead dominated his mind, breaking his focus on wielding Light's Wrath. This split second of broken concentration was all it took for the torturer's weapon to betray him. Burning holy light engulfed the torture chamber. Inquisitor Halban died a slow, painful death, and his tortured screams echoed throughout his chambers in the same roaring cacophony as his victims. Okay, so this is where our story falls apart. Somehow, someway, that is not explained, Light's Wrath fell into the possession of a troll priest named Jakar. She used the weapon in an expedition to Northrend to destroy the Scourge, but after some time, she lost control of the weapon and it permanently blinded her, but it didn't kill her, and she abandoned the artifact in Northrend. And then somehow, someway, the weapon found its way back to the Eastern Kingdoms, and it cycled through the hands of multiple well-meaning priests and paladins. Yeah, they all died. Then, a group of hooded horsemen from the Tower of Karazhan, called the Dark Riders, tried to claim the staff in Duskwood. But when they touched the staff, a pure wave of holy energy echoed from the weapon, and it sent them running away. And by the way, yeah, WoW copies a lot of concepts from other universes, but the Dark Riders are literally just the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings, aka the guys called the Black Riders, and like, where do you cross the line between referencing something and just blatantly copying something? Okay, anyways, back to some weird random story beats. And then somehow, some way, the staff fell into the hands of the Twilight Hammer cult, who tried to suck out all of the holy energy from the staff. But the Kirintor mage, Isserin, who made it his life's mission to track down Light's Wrath, intervened.
It's too far away.
With the staff in his possession, the mage conjured a protective spell over the staff that, killed him instantly. Despite this, Light's Wrath was transported to the Nexus Vault, located within the Nexus in Northrend. And this is where the player character Priest comes in. When they arrive, the Nexus is currently occupied by Ethereals, trying to hoard the power of the Nexus and artifacts within the vaults. And this is the disappointing part of our story. The rest of the questline is pretty much a direct copy of the Arcane Mage questline for their artifact build. And the origin of Light's Wrath is only told to players through text, leaving the story totally unknown to most players. Which is a shame, because it's one of the most outrageous and enjoyable little stories within Warcraft. And honestly, it just gave me an excuse to talk about the Scarlet Crusade some more.